Hello everyone, I'm Lolaris and this is Watching and Reading. I'm here to review this Nigerian book called Me Legachi by Adeswa Oman Nwokedi. I just hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. This story is about Legachi. Legachi is the main character here. Legachi works in a bank as a banker, of course, and she's dating this guy Mezie. The relationship is quite serious, and the plan was for it to lead to marriage, right? Mezie he just got tired of Nigeria and he decided that he was going to emigrate, right, to Japan. There was this scholarship that the bankers got wind of, Skyline scholarship. So Mezie actually tried out the Skyline scholarship, right? So that if he should pass the scholarship, then he'll be taking, or rather, after passing the scholarship, he'll be given scholarship to go and study in the UK. So Mezie sits for this scholarship, but unfortunately, he doesn't pass. He's still bent on emigrating to the UK, right? So what he does is that he sells everything that he has. Legachi also borrows money to give him. He just gets money from everywhere. Gathers this money, he applies for a visiting visa to the UK. And with that, he goes to the UK, right? So he's in the UK, like past the time that his visa lasts, right? So he just decides to hang around in the UK, and it's 2 years. But Legachi and Mezie still continue the relationship long distance. As they are continuing this relationship long distance, Legachi can begin to feel that Mezie is drifting away from her. And she's scared because she's 30 years already. And she's scared that if Mezie should drift away from her, she's scared that she won't find someone else to start a relationship with. Right? So she rather just hang on to Mezie and get married to him. So what she does is that she decides that distance is not going to be a barrier for them. She applies for the Skyline scholarship as well. She passes the scholarship. She passes the exam rather, and she's given the scholarship. What I'll say I noticed is this. From the conversation that they have, like over the phone, I can already tell that Mezie doesn't regard Legachi. He doesn't have regard for her. It's quite obvious. Because when Legachi had told him that she passed the scholarship exam, he refused to believe it. He was like, no, it's not possible. Just because he didn't pass, he didn't believe that Legachi will be able to pass the exam. So he even told her to send the results to him so that he can verify. He told her to send the admission letter. Like, it was a bit too much. Like, why couldn't he just take it? She passed the exam, she passed. Why couldn't he just take it like that? So it was quite obvious that this person doesn't regard her. But I understand where Legachi was coming from because of her age. She was afraid that if Mezie should leave, she will never get someone else to marry her. When she shows Mezie the scholarship letter, the admission letter, everything, like the scholarship was fully funded. It was funded, hostel fees, everything, flights, everything, it was fully funded. And over the phone, Mezie was like, oh, why doesn't Legachi actually ask for the hostel scholarship money? She should ask that it should be given to her in cash. Because when she gets to the UK, she's going to stay in his house. So there will be no need for, like the way he was saying it, like it's going to be a waste for the hostel to be paid for Legachi when Legachi is going to be staying with him in his house. So he tells her to ask for the money in cash to be refunded to her. And she should send him the money because he wants to use it to fix a few things, right? So Legachi does that. She asks for the money, it's given to her. I think it's about £8,000. Yes, I think it's about £8,000. She sends it to him. So anyway, the day comes, she flies to UK. When she gets to the airport, she meets Mezie there. Mezie is ready to receive her. And so, oh my god, like I really like this book. Like it was very, very realistic. I will explain. When Mezie comes to meet her in the airport, the hug and everything. Now, a long time I've missed you and stuff. And then Mezie makes Legachi trek to the train station from the airport. Like, who does that? Like, Legachi was like, why don't we just get a taxi? He was just like, no, the train station is quite close. It's near. It's not far. Let's trek. And they went, oh my God, like someone that has been in flights for how many hours? Someone that's jet lagged. You made her trek to the train station. Oh God. And she was struggling with her luggage. Like, she had a lot of luggage. She was struggling with it. So they got to the train station, they got a train. And even in the train, there were no seats. Oh God, there were no seats. So she had to stand. And it was the way Mezie was just complaining. Like, why did you have to pack so much? Why did you have to bring so much, such and such? And Legachi was thinking in her mind, like, why would he say that? He told her to bring Nigerian food along. And it was the Nigerian food that made her have so much luggage. So she was wondering why he was complaining. But anyway, they got on the train. And then they got to their train stop, right? And can you believe that from the train stop, Mezie still made her trek to the house? Like, she was dragging luggage to the... Oh my God. I was reading the book and I was like, Legachi, can you not follow this guy to his house? Like, this is utter disrespect. How do you make someone who is jet lagged to trek so much? It still continues though. When Legachi got to the house, she now realized that he was staying in a shared apartment. He has so many roommates. Like, she couldn't even count how many people were staying there. There must have been up to 14 or so sharing that house. And the room that Mezie stays, he shares it with another person. She was shocked. When she saw that living situation, she was shocked. And then, by the time Mezie has settled her into his room, He told her, "Oh, did you bring the Nigerian food?" I asked, and she said yes. So he just went, packed out the Indomie, he cooked it. He and all his housemates ate the Indomie. He didn't even leave anything for her. Oh God. Anyway, there's another character in this book, right? And his name is Roman. Now, Roman happens to be a single father. His wife died while she was giving birth to their daughter, Luna. He was the only one taking care of the daughter. Now, Roman is actually a doctor. And taking care of his daughter actually affects his schedule at work. His daughter is 3 years old. Roman actually seeks the help of an au pair, right? But like the au pairs that are being sent to him, oh my God, like they are just doing so much stuff. Like the first au pair that came to look after his daughter, he realized that au pair was hiding her boyfriend in his house, so he fired her on the spot. Then the second one that he got, she was actually doing a great job until when, until there was a day he went to his room and he met her butt naked on his bed. He also fired that one as well. He just decided, you know what, he's just going to take care of his daughter. He doesn't care what it costs him. And his friends then suggested that he gets a nanny, like a Nigerian auntie nanny, right? He also goes on that journey looking for a Nigerian auntie nanny, and that one too was a ride. Like the first nanny that he got, he was actually looking for older women from their 50s, right? So the first one that he got, she just kept telling him that she has grandchildren in Nigeria, and so she's not going to be around for the holidays. Whenever it's holidays, she's just going to travel to Nigeria and stuff. So that one couldn't work. Then the second nanny that he got said the whole of her family was in the UK with her, and he was thinking, oh wow, thank God. Only for her to start criticizing his parenting skills. She first of all started criticizing the food that he gives his daughter, criticizing the routine, the time his daughter sleeps and all that. So he fired her as well. It was just his journey looking for a nanny for his daughter. Now Legachi, in her shock, cannot bear to stay in that house that Maisie stays, right? So because she's frustrated, she asked Maisie to give her the money that she gave him for the hostel so that she can at least go back to school to get a room in the hostel. And then that's why Maisie said that he can't give her the money, he has spent it. She asked him what for, and he told her that he had to use it to sort one of his guys. One of his guys was having problems. Frustrated the next morning, Legacy goes to school, she does the registration, and is there she meets her secondary school mates, Alero. And she can't hold it in. She just tells Alero everything that's happened to her. And Alero then says, and another thing I forgot to mention. Maise's house is quite far from the school. Like she has to take 2 different trains to get to the school. Whereas Alero's house is close, is nearby. So Alero then says, okay, you know what, you can move in with me. Alera explains that her boyfriend is not around. He traveled for work, but he'll be back by Christmas. So between that time to Christmas, Legacy should have sorted out her living conditions so she can stay with her. Legacy is grateful. She goes back to Maise's house, packs her things, she leaves. She continues with her studies and she tries to get a job so that she can get a house. And she discovers that it's not as easy as she thought it would be because the job that she's working pays peanuts, right? First of all, it was even difficult to get a job. And then the one that she was now doing pays peanuts. So she decided to get another job. Alero helped her out by connecting her to an agent who's into nanny, right? So she applies, and this agent then suggests her as a nanny to Roman. So when Roman sees her, because he's desperate at that point, he just employs her. So she starts being Luna's nanny. Now she's doing this job as a nanny and also so she's working in the supermarket where she's arranging stuff on shelves, as well as also going to school, juggling 3 things at the same time. So there was this night that she had an assignment to submit the next day. And while Luna was eating dinner, she was researching the assignments, and because she was so tired and so stressed, she slept off. Luna also slept off. They both slept off on the dining table. And Roman comes and sees her there. He's pissed, he's angry, he fires her on the spot. But because she knew that she had no other option, she had to get on her knees. She begged Roman to forgive her. She wouldn't make that mistake again and all. And Roman, out of his benevolence, gives her a second chance, warns her not to make that kind of mistake again. Legacy actually does improve. She does her best not to repeat that mistake again. And she kind of finds a routine that works out, right? So she keeps being Luna's nanny and everything. And then her relationship with Maisie, oh my God. Her relationship with Maisie actually got angry when he found out that she was working as a nanny, a living nanny in Dr. Roman's house, because she decided to work as a living nanny there. So from there, she goes to school and all that. And Maisie was so pissed. He was so pissed. He started to insinuate that she was actually dating Roman, right? And when she did everything to convince him that she wasn't, he then said, okay, what he wants her to do now is he wants the 2 of them to be saving for a house. So she should be giving him her salary so that they can both pay for a house. And Legacy just refused. I think at this point, she already knew what Maisie was up to. So she just refused. And, Maisie just continued being nasty, just disrespecting her and all that. As Roman, on the other side, is having he's having issues in the dating scene as well. He's also meeting women who do not regard his child. Like they just act out, they just talk anyhow in front of each other. I can't stand it. So because of this issues that they are facing personally, it kind of brings them together and they start to date each other. So I don't want to say more than that. I want to stop the story here so you can get the book and read it yourselves. I really, really enjoyed this book because it was quite realistic. It's the kind of story that can happen to someone in real life. And I personally connected with Legachi as a character. Personally, because I understand why she was putting up with that rubbish that Meze was doing because of her age, because of fear that no one else will marry her, because of fear that it will be too late, fear of, oh, how do I start? Where do I start? Will it ever even happen? Like, I understood it because of the society we are in, and because of what we see on media, and because of other people's experiences, right? Sometimes we think that women who are in their 30s, who are 30 years and above, we believe that no one will ever find them attractive enough to marry them, or no one will ever find them attractive, period. That's what we think. But it's not like that. No matter your age, you will find somebody who will appreciate you, who will like you, who will love you for who you are. So that's that for this review. See you in the next one. Bye.